And welcome back to TFC's Journey to the Farlands. Let's see, let me check, make sure I've got everything here. I've got the workbench, I have another bed, and let's see, let's throw the workbench down here. I want to make another boat just in case I should happen to need it. And let's go ahead and make another bed just for the heck of it. This way I won't have to stop to do these things later. All right, now we're on the way. Okay, no creeper issues, that's good. I probably ought to block that off, shouldn't I? Should I ever find myself there, I wouldn't want to have creepers feeling free to just simply waltz right on in. Although I've never seen a creeper waltz. That would be interesting. The land of the dancing creepers. Alright, let's just get in the boat and make a little progress here. Or perhaps we'll waste the boat because it looks like we're going to run into ice. Maybe I can go around it. That would be good. Well, we are progressing. This is the third episode of the Journey to the Farlands. According to Minecraft, I checked before I started. The world size is at 37.8 megabytes. I do notice that Windows reports the directory size where the world save is located as being 39.8 megabytes. Honestly, I really wish that that world size feature was still included in Minecraft, that it would give you at least an approximation of how big the world is. I realize it wasn't entirely accurate, but still, I think it would have been good. Okay, also, in the comments on the last video, there was concern that I might possibly have accidentally left this thing set on peaceful, or it might have been a carryover from working in a different world on peaceful or something. But I did check, and I'm not on peaceful, as a matter of fact. I'm playing on hard difficulty. And honestly, that's the way I play Minecraft. Granted, I do switch to peaceful mode in test worlds occasionally, just simply to test things out without being bothered. But for all actual gameplay that I record, I'm on hard difficulty. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let's see. Oh, that looks good. I think I'm going to go over here and try to go around it rather than climb it, but it looks great. All right. You may have noticed that my audio quality is somewhat different now because I have gotten a different microphone. This is a Earforce X12, which in test videos that I've made, it seems to sound drastically better. So that's good. I've been needing an upgrade in a microphone for a long time, and I'm actually quite glad to have this one. Okay, it looks like I should have made 2 boats. Or not. Maybe I should have simply waited for... Well, I don't know. This might just be an island. Oh, ice that way. Let's head over this way. I think maybe I can get around some of it. Another thing about audio is that you may notice the sound cutting out occasionally. I do have a little bit of a cold, and I am muting the mic occasionally for coughing, because I don't particularly think anyone wants to listen to coughing. I know I certainly don't. There, you see, I just had to do it. And it looks like this is the end of the boat ride. Okay. Sorry about the flash. Just head up over this way. In the comments of the last video, one individual whose name escapes me right now, I really should start writing that stuff down, suggested that I walk through the night instead of sleeping in the middle of the episode. And I'll grant you that would mean making more progress. But honestly, probably the main reason I'm not going to do that right now is that I'm kind of a little bit stuck for what to talk about, for things to continue talking about or prattling on about, although I don't honestly think I've ever prattled in my life. Okay, I did do something else that I expect to have an improving effect. In the first two episodes, there were several occasions where there was invisible terrain, the hole in the world thing, and I was just kind of assuming and believing that that was the version of Optifine that I was using. And so for this episode, I have gone back to an absolutely vanilla unmodified jar without Optifine. I'll admit that using Optifine became something of a habit for me, because I originally was playing Minecraft on a laptop, and I very much needed Optifine to make it playable at all. Well, it looks like this is the day for boats. Okay. If I can grab the right thing, that would be helpful. All right. Anyway, so already I have noticed that there have not been any of these holes in the world. So I think I was right that that was in fact a Optifine issue. And I think that means that for the time being, I will refrain from using Optifine, because really this computer doesn't actually need it that much. I'll continue to use it in my main world and in my SMP play, but for this world, I don't think that will be that necessary. Because, well, for one thing, in 1.7.3 there is no depth fog. And even if there was, I wouldn't be encountering it anymore, because I'm no longer branch mining at the bottom of the world. I'm traveling on the surface. All right. Looks like it's time for an overnight stop real quick. Okay. And anyway, in other news, it is election day for those of us who live in the U.S. And shortly after I complete the recording of this episode and get the editing taken care of, I will be off to the polls to do my civic duty and vote. And honestly, I do believe it is a civic duty, and whoa, hello. Let's not get trapped underneath of something. Well, that was it. Just for grins, I'm going to go over this way a little ways and see if land off that way generates, or I can see it. Because if I can see it, there's no point in making a boat. Well, okay, let's go ahead and make a boat. This must be the day of the boats. Oh, well, we have some land over there, but there's blank space in front, so let's see how far we can get with this boat. Anyway, so the voting, yes. I know there's a lot of people that try to say that your vote does not count, and honestly, I think that people that say that fall into two categories. They are either just plain too jaded and cynical for their own good and have simply come to doubt the worthiness of just about anything that might be worthwhile. Which I can understand that in today's world. It's easy to get cynical. Very easy. I've done so myself more than once. But really, I think voting is a worthwhile thing to do. And then, of course, there is also those who they're trying to convince people not to vote because they think those people will vote opposite of what they would. And therefore, they're trying to neutralize the opposition, as it were, by convincing opposition-minded voters to not vote. And I think really that's where a lot of that is. And especially this year, where especially in certain states like Ohio and whatnot, that the races are actually quite close in some respects. Some of these races are very close. And in a race like that, every single vote counts very much, especially a close race. And then there is another school of thought that if you don't vote, you do not have any right or position or reason to be able to complain about the individual who does get elected. And really, I honestly believe that. And since I very much like to complain and voice my opinions about the failings of whatever administration is in office, then I will most certainly vote and make my opinion known. And so on. So I will do that. And then, of course, there's another reason to vote. Now, I saw this saying on a t-shirt once, several years ago, and it's probably one of the most true t-shirt sayings I've ever seen. And that is, politicians are like diapers. Both need to be changed frequently for the same reason. And so, if for no other reason, I will vote to vote against the incumbent. If I don't have any other reason to vote, I will vote so that I can vote against whoever the incumbent is. Because the one big change that politics needs is a change in politicians, and that change needs to happen on a frequent basis. Even if the new guy isn't as good as or better than the individual he is replacing, he is different. He will at the very least make different mistakes and do different stupid things than his predecessor. At least one can hope that his stupid things will be different from his predecessors. Sometimes I think that's a vain hope, but it's still a hope, and hope is important. Well, certainly a lot of water that we're crossing today. And no, I'm not making a boat for this one, as I can see more land generating over there as I go. Some rather high land, which is fine. Hopefully I'll be able to walk to it instead of swim. Let's see, what else do we have here? Well, I'll tell you what, one of the things that y'all can do to help with this quest, in addition, of course, to donating to Child's Play charity, is to give me suggestions in the comments of things to talk about or questions to answer, things like that. You see, that's one of the reasons, like I said earlier, that I'm not going to do a walk through the night thing, because right now I'm actually struggling for enough talking material to keep me going for a 22 minute episode or whatever it's going to be for 2 days. And for 2 days and a night, that would mean a roughly 30-minute episode. And right now, I don't honestly have enough stuff to talk about to fill an episode like that. I don't know, maybe I could probably rattle on about some senseless something or other, but it might be better if I could actually have a list of things in a notepad or something like that that I could just kind of go down the list of. Let's see, Azariah Z suggested that perhaps I should hit F3 at the end of every episode, and that would give me something to talk about, some filler material to keep track of, and of the progress and whatnot. And yes, it would, but I don't know. I really do prefer the mystery of not knowing until I reach 100% of the goal. It is for the mystery, and it's also, in a way, in another bit of incentive to donate. If you want to know what the F3 number is, help me get to 100%, and we'll all find out. I am going to go ahead and, in every episode, report the world size, and I can report that based on what Minecraft reports, and also by going through Windows Explorer and clicking the properties for the directory the world is saved in. And now we have sunset coming up, so it's time to dig in. All right. So, I guess I can take this opportunity to remind you all to stop by tinfoilchef.com/donate and support the Child's Play charity with the chip-in widget there. And I'll be back in a day or two with another episode. In the meantime, I'm going to go to sleep, and then I'm going to take care of this video and go vote. Be sure to vote. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.